The first carry now for the BYU man. It's Jamal Williams. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. It's probably a pretty good sign here on the opening drive if your guys from the secondary are coming up and spilling things in the backfield.
How about the adrenaline and aggressiveness that led his eyes to the backfield to run up there and make that tackle, setting a tone early for his defense.
On second down, Swift, nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
On third down, Huntley. And he'll be brought down at the 34, well short of the first down marker. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be fourth down. And this one is right down the middle. And the Packers are off to a 3-0 lead. They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get it done from deep.
Nice little tester for him to begin things, huh? I think he was open for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's got to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically, what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves.
Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Now Trubisky to throw. And he completes it to Cohen. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 18 yards on that one, and Chicago has the first. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Now Trubisky on first down. Gets this to his running back, Tariq Cohen. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. First down, a run with Cohen. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. From the shotgun is Trubisky. And the hook up here to Allen Robinson. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 37. Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the second quarter.
You can sense and you can see the momentum because now they're reading their patterns downfield, they're understanding the coverages, and they're finding the open.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Dexter Lawrence, credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. To try again after the sack, Trubisky. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. It goes as a loss of 6. And now third down. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Play action. Now Trubisky. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
And a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted.
Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Rashawn Gary in there to bury him for a loss of 11. After the sack on first down, Rodgers going for Metcalf on the deep ball. It got his man complete. 20, 10, touchdown, Packers. DK Metcalf, 95 yards. And the Packers are able to strike quickly for 6. So from back deep in their home territory, all the way into the end zone, you think they expected to score on that one?
I'm not sure they expected to score, but they also showed that they're not averse to taking a little bit of a risk there, right? Taking a chance, because the normal call is take care of the football, run it, be safe. Instead, they put it in the air and took a gamble, and it paid off in a big way. That wasn't an analytics call. That wasn't a fantasy guy's call. That was like a video game call right there.
It was a little bit of a video game call, but it worked. Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. Now Trubisky. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Trubisky nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Now Trubisky lost the football. And he lost the football. Here's Pat O'Donnell now. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
It's a 46-yard punt, 2 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's Rodgers. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Throwing is Rodgers. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. It's caught at the 10. It's a big play that time for the Packers. 59 yards. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. DK Metcalf with his 13th touchdown of the year and 2nd of the game. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Zuerlein good with a PAT. And that makes our score 17-0. Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. This one taken just inside the 10. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. So far, they've had 3 drives, 3 punts. Not good.
Not good indeed, because you've got to have something to show for being out on the field. Now, sometimes, if you have a game where neither side has scored, 3 punts isn't a bad thing. But when you're trying to set the pace, get up on top in a game, you've got to show better offense and find a way to put some points on the board.
And this time, they'll just keep this on the ground. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half.
Lock in.
first down. Trubisky. And John Brown's got it complete. Now Brown, he lost the football. And the Packers pick it up. And he will bring this one back. A fumble return for a Green Bay touchdown. This first half has been a nightmare for that offense. Defense just dominating them.
And when you're picking up the ball, picking up their mistakes, and taking it the other way and putting it in the end zone, that's a defense's dream. They're having that type of a game.
Everything that can go wrong has gone wrong for this offensive unit. This one taken just inside the 10. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Typically down to the first half, I might say, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. You've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
Fielded about a yard deep. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Kyler Fackrell. What a play by him. That's a loss of 17.
They need to stop to get back into this game, and here's one right to start the third quarter.
Yeah, anytime you go into the lockers with that 2-3 score deficit, you're right. You need that stop, get the football back, and they've done just that.
Series to series, play to play.
Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a second and very long. To throw, it's Rodgers. Escaping the pressure right. Looking right sideline, that's complete. A big gain there after going backwards, and that'll lead to a third down. In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
Check. Wide. Get wide. Check 52. Check. Box it.
Snap comes at 1. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. Touchdown, Packers. DK Metcalf, 55 yards, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Zuerlein connects on the extra point, and the lead will swell by 1 more. Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. This will be taken short. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here at half 2. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in 1 game.
Yeah, that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the...
Now the pressure comes, and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9.
So, Brandon, we've sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
No run call here. They'll look look to throw instead. It's complete to Robinson. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. A heck of a play there on third down, but amazingly, they're still short for fourth. Here we go on fourth down with Trubisky. And it is incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Packers are going to get the football back in excellent field position. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Here we go.
Throwing now is Rodgers. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Jamal Adams. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on fourth, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the number 1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold
But he
up.
trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it, be aggressive, because I've got the Wild Bunch backing me up over here on my own sideline.
Now we'll see what his offense can do. Looking to throw Trubisky on first down. He finds Robinson. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the first. Trubisky now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Now Trubisky to Cohen out of the backfield. Some extra space following the display of power. Down just inside the 45. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Now, this will probably be the last play of the quarter. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Alert, alert! 6-6, bullet high. Check 9, check 9.
Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the Packer drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the pack up 1st and 10 at their own 13. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Flush to his right. And almost intercepted. It would have been his 2nd pick of the game. Instead, it'll be 2nd down.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Here's Rodgers to throw. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. To throw is Rodgers. He's got his man. That's Hardman. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
Oh, he's going to let this go. And this is going to be intercepted. Xavier Woods with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Now they get a fourth quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. 23 yards, the final tally. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Here's Trubisky. That's complete to Robinson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A Chicago first down there on a gain of 11. Trubisky now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Now it's Trubisky. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line.
My, oh my, they've had some success bringing him off the edge. How about the gambling man who's the defensive coordinator? He's not just bringing pressure. He's bringing a corner to go after the quarterback.
And it's worked twice now, twice like a charm.
And not only has that worked like a charm, he's been awfully disruptive in his usual role covering receivers. Now he's rushing the passer as well.
Lock in, lock in.
Now Trubisky on 3rd and long. Robinson's got it. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 33. Trubisky will come up here 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And he's going to go down again. After that sack we just saw, Trubisky and the Bears deal with a 3rd and long.
Go, go, go. Alert, 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 alert.
Now it's Trubisky. And that will be incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
4th down. Here's Trubisky. Now a desperation throw deep into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 17. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't...
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Kyler Fackrell able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Rodgers looking to throw. This pass going to be caught by Hardman. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Now a final chance to stop it here as a timeout comes in with 10 seconds left in the game. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Rodgers now to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th.
6-3, 218, chop inside. Go, go. Get right.
Rodgers to throw for it on 4th. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Bears will get the football back.
Alert, 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 alert.
One last shot for Trubisky, and that will be incomplete, as time has run out on this football game. So it's all over. A Green Bay victory. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for Green Bay, the win here means it'll be a 7-1 first half of the season. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Minnesota Vikings. Meanwhile, for the Bears, they fall a game under the 500 mark at 3-4 through 7 games. And they'll look